Now, you've worked with large and successful companies and exceptional companies that have amazing customer service, probably because they follow your advice. What is
I'd like to think so.
Well, what is it that takes them to that level? I mean, you've touched on convenience. Is there something else? What's the
Well,
package?
I think it's cultural. I think any company that has a good service experience, if you take a look at what's driving that, it's in the culture. It's not like, oh, we've got a great customer service department. No, we've got a great customer service culture. That culture is philosophical. So years ago, I came up with the idea that customer service isn't a department. It's a philosophy to be embraced by every employee, from the CEO or owner of a company to the most recently hired. And when everybody understands their part and how they impact the customer's experience or their service, then they're part of a much broader, bigger team. And if you want, I can give you a quick example or two of this.
Sure.
Sure. So you fly on an airplane every once in a while, maybe not recently, but you probably have taken a trip.
Of course.
If you have, yeah, you know that there's people who you deal with on the front line. You may talk to the person at the ticket counter. You may deal with somebody at the gate. You obviously interact with the flight attendants, right? That's very frontline focus. But what about your luggage? You check your luggage maybe at the ticket counter, and you see the luggage go down the conveyor belt, and then eventually it shows up at your destination. You don't see it until you land a few hours later wherever you're going, and there it is. There's probably a dozen or more people that touched that bag that have never seen your smiling face. Yet they, if they fail and they put your bag on the wrong plane or they don't put it on the plane at all, you're going to get to the destination and you're going to be very unhappy. And they actually have two customers. Number one, they have you, the passenger. And number two, they have that poor soul that you go visit after you've lost your luggage in the office, the baggage claim office, and you say, "You've lost my luggage." And this person has to hear people scream at them over and over again about lost luggage. So I joke about this, but the truth of the matter is that person behind the scenes has major impact on the customer's experience. And when they start to understand that their job is more than just putting a bag on a cart or loading it up on a plane, their job is to make sure that that passenger is happy at the end of the trip, and they play a big part in that act, then they will start to understand the importance and buy into the concept that even though I'm not frontline, I'm not part of a department that's dealing with customers, I have major impact. It's everybody's job